Country music weaves tales of love, loss, and life with a raw, soulful twang that captures hearts worldwide. Yet, behind the strum of guitars and heartfelt lyrics, some of its brightest stars have ignited scandals that burn as fiercely as their hits. From vicious feuds to shocking betrayals, these artists have stirred up chaos, leaving fans stunned and the industry buzzing. Their bad behavior has sparked heated debates, divided audiences, and etched their names into country music history for all the wrong reasons. Curious about the wildest troublemakers to ever grace the genre? Saddle up for a deep dive into the lives of the 10 most controversial country music stars, whose outrageous antics have rocked the stage and beyond. This journey through drama and defiance will leave you speechless. First is Toby Keith. Born on July 8, 1961, in Clinton, Oklahoma, Toby Keith became a towering figure in country music. His booming baritone and unapologetic swagger fueled anthems like "Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue and Beer for My Horses," blending patriotic fervor with honky-tonk grit. These songs resonated with millions, filling stadiums and topping charts. Keith's cowboy persona, complete with a Stetson hat and steely gaze, made him a fan favorite, but his fiery temper often stole the show. He was notorious for picking fights, especially with artists who challenged his worldview. His most infamous clash was with the Dixie Chicks, triggered when their lead singer, Natalie Maines, criticized President George W. Bush. Keith retaliated with venom, blasting the group in interviews and escalating the feud on stage. In a shocking move, he projected a doctored image of Maines alongside Saddam Hussein during concerts, a stunt that drew gasps from crowds. Many called it cruel, accusing Keith of bullying, while his loyal fans cheered his boldness. The feud became a cultural flashpoint, highlighting his divisive nature. Keith's temper wasn't reserved for rivals. Journalists dreaded interviewing him, knowing a single misstep could unleash his wrath. He fired back at negative reviews with personal insults, turning press encounters into tense showdowns. One reporter described him as a ticking time bomb, warm one moment and hostile the next. On stage, his aggression surfaced too. During a performance, a fan grabbed his leg, and Keith's response was swift. He kicked the fan away without breaking his song, leaving some in the audience stunned. While his supporters saw it as standing his ground, others deemed it unnecessarily harsh. In the industry, Keith's reputation was equally contentious. He clashed with record labels, demanding absolute control over his music. In a bold power move, he ditched a major deal when executives refused to release a song he championed. His confidence, while admirable to some, often crossed into arrogance, making him a challenging collaborator. Stories of his stubbornness circulated, with producers and artists describing him as uncompromising. Despite selling millions of albums and building a loyal fan base, Keith's abrasive attitude left a trail of strained relationships. His legacy is a complex mix of chart-topping success and a polarizing personality that cemented him as one of country music's most controversial icons. Next is Ray Cyrus. Born on August 25, 1961, in Flatwoods, Kentucky, Cyrus skyrocketed to fame in the early 1990s with Achy Breaky Heart. The song's infectious beat and line dance craze made him a global sensation, but its catchy simplicity drew scorn from country purists who dismissed it as a gimmick. While the hit defined his career, Cyrus's ego became a bigger talking point. Many accused him of riding his daughter Miley Cyrus's coattails to stay relevant. As Miley soared to fame with Hannah Montana, Ray was a constant presence, appearing in her projects and basking in the spotlight. Critics argued he prioritized fame over protecting his young daughter, pushing her into the industry without shielding her from its pressures. In interviews, he later claimed the show destroyed his family, deflecting blame from his own choices. Fans saw through the victim act, noting his eagerness to profit from Miley's success. His personal life was a soap opera of dysfunction. His marriage to Tish Cyrus was a roller coaster, with multiple divorce filings and reconciliations. In 2022, he married a much younger woman, a move that alienated longtime supporters who viewed it as a midlife crisis gone public. Industry insiders described him as entitled, demanding special treatment even when his career was in a slump. Stories of his arrogance abounded, with colleagues recounting his belief that he deserved star status despite fading relevance. His brief comeback with the 2019 hit Old Town Road, alongside Lil Nas X, did little to redeem his image. Cyrus acted as if he was the song's mastermind, overshadowing the true creative force, Lil Nas X. His tendency to exaggerate his contributions frustrated those around him. Beyond the music, his interactions were often strained. Insiders shared tales of Cyrus snapping at staff or dismissing peers, acting as if he was above the industry's grind. His talent opened doors, but his self-centered behavior and hunger for attention often slammed them shut. Cyrus's journey from country heartthrob to controversial figure underscores how ego can tarnish even the brightest star. Third is Jason Aldine. Born on February 28, 1977, in Macon, Georgia, Jason Aldine is a cornerstone of modern country music. His gritty vocals and rock-infused hits like Dirt Road Anthem, Burning It Down, and Big Green Tractor have packed arenas and earned him a slew of awards, including multiple ACM honors. Aldine's sound, blending country with hip-hop and hard rock, redefined the genre for a new generation. Yet, his personal life has sparked relentless controversy. In 2012, Aldine was photographed kissing former American Idol contestant Brittany Kerr while married to his high school sweetheart, Jessica Ussery. The cheating scandal exploded, shattering his image as a devoted family man. He issued a public apology, but the damage was irreversible. After divorcing Ussery, he married Kerr, a decision that further alienated fans who felt he betrayed his roots. In 2015, Aldine ignited another firestorm by wearing blackface for Halloween, posing as rapper Lil Wayne. The backlash was swift, with critics slamming his insensitivity. Instead of showing genuine remorse, he brushed it off as a light-hearted costume choice, deepening the outrage. His cavalier attitude suggested a lack of accountability, frustrating even his supporters. More recently, his 2023 song Try That in a Small Town became a lightning rod. Many interpreted its lyrics as promoting division, and the music video, filmed at a courthouse tied to racial violence, intensified the criticism. Aldine defended it as a tribute to small-town values, but the public remained divided. His social media presence only fuels the fire, with provocative posts that polarize his audience. Insiders describe him as arrogant, quick to dismiss critics, and unwilling to engage with differing views. Stories of his sharp tongue and dismissive attitude toward colleagues paint a picture of a star who thrives on defiance. Despite the controversies, Aldine's concerts sell out, and his music dominates charts. Some fans admire his unapologetic stance, seeing him as a rebel who speaks his truth. Others view him as reckless, refusing to own his mistakes. His reputation as a troublemaker is as prominent as his career, making him a polarizing force in country music. Fourth is Blake Shelton. Born on June 18, 1976, in Ada, Oklahoma, Blake Shelton is a country music titan. His hits like God Gave Me You, Honeybee, and Boys Round Here have ruled radio, while his long tenure as a coach on The Voice made him a household name. Shelton's quick wit and folksy charm won over TV audiences, but behind the grin lies a knack for stirring trouble. In 2016, old tweets resurfaced, revealing offensive jokes about women, the LGBTQ community, and other groups. The posts stunned fans who saw him as a lovable everyman. Rather than offering a sincere apology, Shelton called them failed attempts at humor, a response that felt dismissive and insincere. His personal life has also drawn scrutiny. His 2015 divorce from country star Miranda Lambert was a tabloid frenzy, with rumors of infidelity swirling around both sides. Shelton's public jabs at Lambert, coupled with his swift romance with Gwen Stefani, struck many as callous. He seemed to revel in the drama, flaunting his new relationship while Lambert stayed silent. Shelton's ego has caused other waves. He once mocked traditional country music as boring, calling its fans old-timers who clung to outdated sounds. The comments sparked outrage among purists who felt he disrespected the genre's heritage. Instead of backtracking, he doubled down, showing little regard for the backlash. Fans have shared stories of meeting a less friendly Shelton off-stage, describing him as cold or arrogant when the cameras are off. Insiders recount similar experiences, noting his tendency to dismiss those outside his inner circle. While his TV persona keeps him in the public's favor, those who've encountered his sharper side tell a different story. Shelton's blend of charm and controversy makes him a complex figure, adored by millions but criticized by those who've felt his sting. Fifth is David Allen Coe. Born on September 6, 1939, in Akron, Ohio, David Allen Coe carved a niche as a country music outlaw. His hits like You Never Even Called Me by My Name and The Ride captured a raw, rebellious spirit that resonated with fans seeking authenticity. Coe's early life was marked by trouble, with stints in reform schools and prison shaping his gritty persona. While this lent credibility to his music, it also fueled a reckless attitude that alienated many. He recorded underground albums with racist and offensive lyrics, claiming they were for shock value. When the songs surfaced, the backlash was fierce, and Coe's refusal to apologize only worsened his image. He leaned into his bad boy reputation, boasting about his criminal past, including unverified tales of ties to notorious figures like Charles Manson. These stories, whether true or exaggerated, made him a polarizing figure. Coe's arrogance strained industry relationships as he clashed with artists and producers who found him unreliable. His financial troubles added to the chaos. In 2008, he filed for bankruptcy, owing millions to the IRS. A near-fatal car accident in 2013 didn't temper his defiance. He continued performing and living on his terms. Fans admired his raw honesty, but others saw him as a bitter man stuck in his rebel ways. Coe's talent is undeniable, but his offensive choices and combative nature have left a lasting mark on his legacy. Sixth is Garth Brooks. Born on February 7, 1962, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Garth Brooks redefined country music. His albums No Fences and Rope in the Wind shattered sales records, blending country with rock to create a stadium-filling sound. With countless awards and a global fan base, Brooks became a cultural icon. However, his obsession with control has made him a divisive figure. Unlike artists who let their music speak, Brooks micromanaged every detail of his career, from album art to public appearances. Insiders described him as demanding, unwilling to compromise or accept criticism. His refusal to join streaming platforms like Spotify for years frustrated fans, forcing them to buy physical albums or use his exclusive Amazon Music deal. The move prioritized profit over accessibility, alienating listeners. Brooks's attitude toward peers also raised concerns. While legends like Johnny Cash mentored younger artists, Brooks seemed focused solely on his own brand, rarely collaborating unless it served his image. His brief retirement in 2001, announced as a family-focused break, felt like a publicity stunt when he returned to performing soon after. His 2014 comeback tour leaned heavily on nostalgia, ignoring new trends as he acted like he still ruled the genre. Critics saw him as out of touch, clinging to past glory. Despite his monumental success, Brooks's self-centered approach and need for control have made him a polarizing figure in country music. Seventh is Leanne Rimes. Born on August 28, 1982, in Jackson, Mississippi, Leanne Rimes was a child prodigy. Her breakout hit Blue, released at 13, showcased a voice that stunned the world, earning her Grammys and global fame. Yet, as her star rose, so did her controversies. Her most notorious scandal was her affair with actor Eddie Cibrian, who was married, as was Rimes. The affair, sparked during a TV movie shoot, became tabloid fodder. Cibrian's wife, Brandi Glanville, publicly blasted Rimes, igniting a years-long feud. Rimes portrayed herself as a lovesick victim, claiming she followed her heart, but fans saw her as reckless. Her diva behavior worsened her image. Stories of canceled shows, outrageous demands, and snapping at staff painted her as entitled. She even sued her father, who managed her early career, accusing him of financial misconduct. The lawsuit shocked fans, who saw it as a betrayal of the man who launched her success. Rimes later entered rehab, citing stress, but skeptics viewed it as a dodge for accountability. Though she continues to perform, her reputation remains tarnished. Rimes's voice is a gift, but her selfish choices and dramatic personal life have cast a long shadow over her career. Eighth is Morgan Wallen. Born on May 13, 1993, in Sneedville, Tennessee, Morgan Wallen became a country music sensation with his gravelly voice and bad boy charm. Hits like Whiskey Glasses and 7 Summers topped charts, but his off-stage antics have often overshadowed his music. In 2021, a video surfaced of Wallen using a racial slur while drunk outside his home. The fallout was immediate. Radio stations dropped his music, his label suspended him, and award shows banned him. His apology felt half-hearted, and he returned to performing as if unscathed. In 2020, he was dropped from Saturday Night Live for breaking COVID protocols, partying maskless at bars. He laughed off the incident, showing little remorse. Wallen's arrests for disorderly conduct, including throwing a chair off a Nashville bar's rooftop, cemented his reckless image. Insiders describe him as entitled, clashing with crew and acting superior. His temper has sparked public arguments, and his disregard for consequences frustrates those around him. Yet, his fans remain fiercely loyal, filling arenas and streaming his music. Some hope he'll mature, but others see him as a star whose ego fuels his downfall. Wallen's talent is immense, but his wild behavior keeps him in the headlines for the wrong reasons. Ninth is Taylor Swift. Born on December 13, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania, Taylor Swift began as a country music prodigy before becoming a global pop icon. Her early hits, like Love Story and You Belong With Me, blended heartfelt lyrics with catchy melodies, earning her a massive country fan base. Swift's relatable image, rooted in her storytelling about teenage romance and heartbreak, made her a sensation. Yet, as her fame grew, so did her reputation for calculated moves and controversy. Beneath her girl-next-door persona lies a sharp strategist who navigates the music industry with precision. In 2009, Kanye West infamously interrupted her acceptance speech at the MTV Video Music Awards, a moment that shocked viewers. Swift leaned into the victim role, referencing the incident in songs and interviews to cement her underdog narrative. Fans rallied behind her, but the story took a turn in 2016 when Kim Kardashian released a recorded phone call. The audio proved Swift had approved Kanye's lyrics about her in his song, contradicting her public claims of being blindsided. The revelation sparked widespread debate, denting her credibility and painting her as manipulative. Swift, however, bounced back with a carefully crafted comeback, proving her resilience. Swift's feuds are the stuff of legend, often playing out in the public eye. Her spat with Katy Perry, sparked over a dispute about backup dancers, fueled years of passive-aggressive jabs through songs and interviews. The tension became a media spectacle, with fans picking sides. Similarly, her battle with Scooter Braun over the rights to her early music catalog was a high-stakes drama. Swift portrayed herself as a wronged artist, rallying her massive fan base to target Braun and his associates. The campaign led to intense online harassment, raising questions about her responsibility for her fans' actions. Swift's breakup songs, a hallmark of her career, often target exes like Joe Jonas, John Mayer, and Jake Gyllenhaal, with lyrics that leave little doubt about their subjects. These tracks, while emotionally raw, have sparked waves of fan-driven hate online, amplifying her personal grievances into public spectacles. Her vigilance over her image is striking. She closely monitors social media for criticism and has sent legal notices to small businesses selling fan-made merchandise, a move some see as heavy-handed. Swift's business acumen is unmatched. Her ability to control narratives and turn setbacks into triumphs is a testament to her savvy. Yet, her tendency to play the victim while wielding her influence ruthlessly has drawn scrutiny. Her talent and ambition are undeniable, but her calculated moves and knack for stirring drama make her one of country music's most controversial figures, even as she transcends the genre. Finally, we have Charlie Rich, a country music legend whose talent was as undeniable as his volatility. Born on December 14, 1932 in Colt, Arkansas, Rich grew up steeped in the sounds of the South, blending gospel, blues, and country into a soulful style that set him apart. His hits like Behind Closed Doors and The Most Beautiful Girl soared to the top of the charts, their smooth mix of country, pop, and jazz earning him a devoted fan base. Rich's rich voice and emotional delivery made him a standout, capable of conveying heartbreak and longing with unmatched depth. Yet, his fiery temper and personal struggles often overshadowed his artistry, casting a shadow over his legacy. The most infamous moment came in 1975 at the Country Music Association Awards. Tasked with announcing the Entertainer of the Year, Rich opened the envelope to find John Denver's name. In a shocking act of defiance, he pulled out a lighter and set the card ablaze on live television, leaving the audience stunned. The brazen gesture, widely seen as a protest against the genre's shift toward pop-influenced sounds, sparked outrage. Many viewed it as a disrespectful jab at Denver, a beloved artist whose folk-tinged country was reshaping the industry. The incident led to Rich being blacklisted from future CMA events, a heavy blow to his career. His struggles with alcohol only deepened his troubles, fueling erratic behavior that alienated those around him. Slurred performances and bitter rants about the music industry became all too common, tarnishing his reputation as a professional. Rich openly scorned the rise of pop-leaning country, dismissing younger artists as inauthentic sellouts who betrayed the genre's roots. His disdain wasn't limited to public statements. In personal interactions, his bluntness often crossed into cruelty, leaving colleagues and fans reeling. Stories of his unpredictable mood swings circulated, with some recalling warm encounters and others describing him as abrasive and unapproachable. Despite his musical brilliance, Rich's drinking and bitterness left a complicated legacy. His voice remained a treasure, capable of captivating audiences, but his angry outbursts and divisive behavior ensured he'd be remembered as much for controversy as for his contributions to country music. These 10 artists shook country music with their talent and their tempers. Their stories are a whirlwind of drama, from public feuds to personal betrayals. What do you make of these wild tales? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, like and subscribe for more shocking stories from the heart of country music.